You can put pretty much anything on a pizza, but today we're putting red bell pepper, onions, cherry wood smoked ham, and mozzarella cheese. For our ingredients, we have 1 cup and 1 tablespoon of both whole wheat and unbleached flour, 1 teaspoon of yeast, 1 teaspoon of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of salt, and around 1 cup of water. Now let's add our olive oil to our water. And we'll also add our yeast in as well. Now we'll stir all that together to incorporate the yeast so they can start coming back alive. Now add your flour to a large bowl along with the salt. Once we have that together, we're going to take our mixture with olive oil and yeast and add it into our flour and salt. Now stir that all together until the mixture gets wet and has the consistency of Play-Doh. We're going to form it into a ball in a moment. Now we're going to use our hands and form our dough into a ball. Now that we've kneaded our dough into a ball, we're going to put a little olive oil over it and let it set for 15 minutes. When you let your dough rest, cover it with a tea towel and put it in a warm place. While our dough is resting, I'm making a vinaigrette for a Greek salad. I've added some balsamic vinegar to some chopped strawberries, and I'm also going to add some olive oil. Now, add a little bit of honey, and that's it. We're going to blend this up until it's combined. After it's well combined, we're going to pour it into a glass, and there you have it, a strawberry balsamic vinaigrette. Now back to our dough. We've let it rise for 15 minutes, and you can see it's doubled in size. Now on a clean surface, we're going to spread out some flour. And now you're going to turn your dough out onto this floured surface. We're going to add some flour to the top of our dough, rub it in really well, and now we're going to begin to knead the dough. We're going to knead this dough for about 3 to 4 minutes until we get a very smooth ball. Alright, now that we have our dough rolled into a smooth ball, we're going to start to flatten it out. First, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit more flour onto our work surface, and then a little bit more on top of the dough. And now we can start to flatten the dough out. So what we're going to do is take and flatten this out a little bit. Now we're going to go up the dough and back down with the tips of our fingers, pushing the dough out and turning it as we go, and then repeating the same motion over and over again like I'm doing now. This action will help prep the dough for us to be able to stretch it out. Alright, I think that's good. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to start to stretch our dough out. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking my right hand and I'm pushing out while turning as soon as I raise my hand up with my left. What I'm going to do in between is tidy up the edges so I can try to get a complete circle. So I've done this for the last few minutes and you see our dough has widened out. So that motion again is push with your right and turn with your left. I'm right-handed, but if you're left-handed, just reverse the process. Now I'm going to keep repeating this process until I get our dough almost paper thin. Alright, that's thin enough. Let's transfer this to a pizza stone. So one of the things I did was cut our dough in half, and I placed 1/2 on the pizza stone, and now I'm just flattening it out a little more. So what I've done is I've placed this crust in a 450-degree oven and par baked it for about 5 minutes. This will ensure that your crust doesn't get soggy when we're adding the pizza sauce like we are now. So I've had this pizza sauce on the stove. It's just made out of some herbs and tomato sauce. I'm just going to spread a thin layer on because I don't want to weigh down the pizza with too much sauce. So now I'm going to add all of our toppings, our onions, our peppers, our ham, and our mozzarella cheese. Now that our toppings are on, I'm going to place this into a 450-degree oven for 10 minutes. And just like that, our pizza is done. I've plated our pizza and now it's time to assemble our salad. To this salad I'm going to add some marinated artichokes and some feta cheese. And now let's add that vinaigrette that we made earlier. That's a rustic pizza with Greek salad, tasted food approved. Thanks for checking out our latest video. Make sure to thumbs up and favorite it. Check out the previous show to your left, and if you're new to Tasted Food, don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time right here on Tasted Food.